But this is a famous television program, but this, the 1995 onwards, we started these village campaigns. Even now it's going on at many places. Every day, at least 5-6 places must be going on. But nowadays, last 4 years, it's not only in villages. I used to go from television studio to television studio, not from village to village, last 4 years. On an average, I've been attending some 200 or 225 television programs per year. It's every third day, every second day I've been at television. Some days 4 or 5 television programs, not done by us, panel discussions organized by television channels, and we are invited, and very powerful arguments are made, and the viewership is very, very high for our programs. So any kind of superstition or belief or faith or ritual or anything that is in news, we are in the television and actively speaking about this thing. One of the programs, like this was a very famous program in 2008. That was one of the chief ministers in India, one state, namely Madhya Pradesh, Uma Bharati. She claimed one day that she was attacked by her political enemies by black magic. And this black magic has been affecting her in so many different ways. Her uncle died. She had a small car accident. She had some ulcers on her feet, all because of black magic by political enemies. Imagine, as Chief Minister of India is speaking like that. And India TV decided to make a panel discussion about this thing, and invited this holy man. He was very popular those days on all television channels and presented by many people as the very powerful holy man of India, Tantric of India, because he claimed that he was the Tantric of some of the cabinet ministers. So I never met him earlier till this program. I've seen him on televisions only, and he was there. Look, majestic size, number one, and he has a voice which is very authoritative. And he said, I said this is humbug, doesn't work. And the no black magic works, it has no impact, and magical words does not work. Reason and argumentation. But he says, it works, I have seen with my own eyes. I have chanted mantras on an animal and it has died immediately. I need is a hair, a nail piece, or the victim has to touch my prayer doll. That's a small dove, wheat dove doll he makes. One touches or take a nail or a hair or anything to be touched on that thing. Then he chants mantra, and in 3 minutes he can kill people. Imagine, this was on a live television program where millions of people are watching. Not a recorded program even, nobody can edit it. I thought it's helpless, it's hopeless to argue with him. Suddenly at that moment I thought, come on, I have to counter it. And I said, if what you say is correct, and if you can do that thing, kill me at this moment. Chant your mantras and show it. He said, come on, you are little overexcited. Don't try to challenge me, and I'm very powerful, you don't know it. I said, come on, if you don't do that thing, I would call you a fraudster. You are cheating people, you are an exploiter, you are I made a lot of, otherwise you have to show the public that you can kill people. Kill me right this moment, or you are a fraudster. Accept that you are a fraudster. Apologize to the people for making the wrong statement, or kill me this moment. He got trapped, there was no way. And I was so insisting and arguing, then he got furious. He simply started chanting mantras against me. And the channel, they found it very interesting. It was a half an hour program we have been in, and it was almost 20 minutes after the discussions this happened. He started chanting mantras, and I started, accepting his mantras. Okay, after some minutes, I said, how many minutes would it take to kill me? He said, 15 minutes. Okay, I said, go ahead. So he chanted his mantras and threw a lot of water on me and all these mantras. Then I said, it doesn't happen like that. Okay, then the channel immediately announces, next program is cancelled. Breaking news, will the rationalist survey? So then, they extended the program, cancelled all the next programs because the viewership was, going up and up. They could see the TRP. And then he came to me and started holding my forehead, shaking my forehead so heavily. And then he said, look, your head is already rotating. then he holds my hand and crumbles it, so heavily. Oh, I sometimes it was really paining. And but I said, you can't touch me, because you said you kill me without touching with mantra. I can touch your witch dove. Keep a distance and chant your mantras. Okay, he does it. After 2 minutes, he would come and hold my forehead again. You can see it on YouTube. Some edited version is available on the YouTube. Tantra challenge, you type and you get it. In 3 parts, it's available. The first part when I challenge him, second part when he shakes my head. That has, I think, some 18 million viewers or something like that. And if you see that program, you would see that my lips were so dry, and I was looking for, I was trying to chew something or something, because the program was going on, and I was so thirsty. I didn't have my evening coffee, and I was afraid, really, not in mantra, but to take a coffee there, because I thought somebody would poison me and say that, oh, by mantra he has died, or I faint down or something like that. I did not want to take water or anything. Just I wanted to handle it properly. And I smiled and laughed, and I thought laughter is the best weapon to counter him. The body language was very important, I thought, because people are viewing. I might mock at him, laughed at him, I made a lot of fun at him. And he continues the more, humorous behavior I make, he became so furious. Then he said, bring a knife. So here is with his knife in his hand, a small knife he gets. And I didn't lose my, cool at that time. I said, but that's a conventional way of killing. But he wanted to threaten me. He moved the knife in front of my eyes and neck and all, and tried to put on my neck. I said, come on, cool. That's not the way. Mantra is different. Tries all that. The channel insists on fixing up a time. A countdown time was made. Then he tries mantra, and then I touch the beat dove, and he tries everything. Nothing works. The countdown is over. Then I said, what happened? He said, I'm sure that you are secretly worshipping some gods and they are protecting you. I said, look, I don't believe in these gods. I'm a non-believer. I'm an atheist. He said, okay, in that case, there's an ultimate ritual. Mrityuhoma, Homa, that's the word he used. And that will be done at midnight on a Friday only. And today is Friday, and if you are willing, at 11 o'clock in the night, at the burial place, the wood will be taken from there, and you will have to sit in the open air, and I will chant mantras, and in between, there will be crucial 9 minutes. First 3 minutes, you would get crazy. Second 3 minutes, you would go unconscious. The next 3 minutes, you would die. And it's irreversible. Once you become crazy, you would not come back to normalcy again. Are you willing? I said, yes, why not? And okay, now I said, now I have to go home and take some coffee and take a shower and all and come back, because it's night, it's already 9 o'clock in the evening. I go back, and suddenly I thought, first program was less dangerous because he was caught unexpected. He was not prepared. But now he has 3-4 hours in between. He could use toxic materials to knock me down. For example, I immediately talked to some toxic experts. They said like he can use chloroform, for example, dip somewhere and bring to my nose, and I would collapse immediately. Not with mantra, but techniques. Or there are phosphorus-based poisons. We touch on your skin. Normal poison would not harm your skin because it reverse osmosis, it doesn't go inside. But if it's phosphorus-based, it can burn the skin, it can go inside. Potassium cyanide, if you touch on your tongue, you're done. So one has to be extremely careful about these kind of things and don't allow him to touch you. And anything that is brought to your nose or mouth, you ask him to do it first on himself. This was the advice I got. Okay, I'm now well prepared. All my friends, close relatives, everybody said, are you crazy? What are you doing? Don't do such things. People were so afraid, all people. I got so many calls from all friends and all. But I thought this is a great opportunity I have to expose this fear, because 35% of Indian population believe that Tantra works. They are living in fear. 1.2 billion Indians. And imagine what's the kind of people who believe in these kind of things. And the channel, of course, they tried to sell the whole thing. I didn't get any money, but the channel got a lot of money. They gave me a mobile phone, I think. I'm very happy they have it. Now they made advertisements in all other channels. will rationalist Sanal Edamaruku survive this night? The great Tantra challenge. Rationalism and science and mantra meet each other. Who survives? Will Sanal Edamaruku die? What does his family say? This and that. A lot of things they made. So 10 seconds sports in so many channels, and this channel, every 10 minutes, they made sports on this thing. And at 11 o'clock when the program began, the TRP is a television rating, recording, shown that 58% of the total viewership in Northern India have been viewing this program. That's the highest ever recorded television viewing in Indian history. Well, I sat in front of him. He chanted mantra. He brought 2-3 more people. All of them chant hysterically a lot of mantras, and then bring fire in front of me and play and all, and then throw a lot of this and that. And I insisted not to touch me. This time I was very careful. Then he made a little beach dough and asked me to touch that thing. I touched. I said, "Are you afraid?" I said, "No, I just took it in my hand, crushed it and gave it back. No problem." Then he makes a small nail and say that when I pierce this on the forehead, you're going to be crazy. But when I do, I'll tell you. So then he chanted a lot of mantras, the fire is made, people are chanting, and that's the third part of the, in YouTube you can see that thing. It's a long program, but it's summarized into 4 minutes, the special parts only. So then he put a lot of mustard in the fire, a lot of herbs and chemicals and all these kind of things, the fire and smoke and huge sounds, and it's a crazy atmosphere. If you are an iota of fear in your mind, you would collapse. That kind of an atmosphere he has made, darkness and not much people and all these kind of things. And then he chanted mantras, and then he said, "Now you're going to get crazy," and he put the nail on the forehead. I said, "Nothing happens to me." Then he said, wait, see for some minutes. Then I moved his head or something. He said, "Okay, he's already behaving strange, he's crazy already." So I just laughed, and I said, "This is absurd, it doesn't work." I make very strong statements at the time. And then he makes a knife and cuts the body and put a lot of red color into that. The internal organs are going to be damaged. You know, if people believe, I've heard from people that many people at their homes were afraid, and they thought they would faint, and they closed the television many times. So they were so afraid, it was so horrible scenes. Then he cut the body, and to damage the internal organs, he pinned so many places. Then he put a lot of red color and shown to people that this is how its body is going to change now. Then he boil it, burn it, spit on it, then put under his shoes and kick it, then put in the fire. Then he write on a piece of paper my name and burn it. And before that he put it in butter and warm it. A lot of things he tried. And the time was running, it was only 60 minutes given to him. There was a reverse clock running. And at the last minutes became very, very hysteric. He was completely panicked and tried everything. And the time was over, and I just stood up and started clapping my hands, and I said, "It's all over, it's absurd, it doesn't work." He said, "But you will die in 3 hours. I said, "Unless you make an accident, I won't die." I was extremely careful, and I put my car there and I took another car and went home. Okay, then he said, after 3 hours, he remained in the studio. He didn't go out because people were been asking him. Then he said, "This night he would not survive. He would die." But by a coincidence, if I had a heart attack in that night, he would have said that my mantra has worked. But generally, I'm a healthy person. I don't have much careless lifestyle. But next day morning, when again journalists asked him, he said, he will die in 3 days. Then he announced that I would die in 27 days. Now it's nearly 4 years past, and someday anyway I will die. And he would still claim that it has what? But you know, the kind of explanations that people make out of this thing, that's the most interesting thing. What is his explanation? He doesn't speak much of this thing, but the channels have made discussions with other holy men involved. Why it did not work? Some people immediately say that, but he made spelling mistakes in the mantra. Okay. Okay. Some other people that he has been drunk a little bit. But as per the black magic that he wanted to do, he has to drink. He has to do 5 vices as per the thing. He has to sleep with the lady. He has to, that's as per the tradition of this ritual, he has to drink alcohol, then he has to take a shower and then put a lot of holy ash on his body. Five things he has to do. And after that only he should do that. He said that he wanted 4 hours to do all these things. How he managed all these things in 4 hours, I do not know, but he came ready with all these things, but nothing worked. And now other holy men would say that, but perhaps he was not really a powerful person. Other tantrics can do it. He could not do it, but others can do it. But nobody says, he is not that really powerful. He may be not doing all these prayers correctly. But the belief is not the person that is important, but it's the magical words that are important. And whatever he said, we verified later, are exactly the words which are used in the ancient texts. And not only he, others were also chanting mantras. If he did not do it properly, there were 4 or 5 tantrics sitting and chanting mantras against me. Nothing worked. And of course, it has been very, very successful program. And after that, we have seen that, I mean, I've been very active in the television. After that, I became a hot product in the televisions after that. So we are very active in the television. This was the ultimate challenge going on. There's a holy man sitting and all. Yeah, here it says that Tantrikas asked 4th time, extra time.